Hello, Bobur. My name is Ellen, and I'll be correcting this essay for you today. Great to see that you sent us an essay so we can take a look at your writing. Let's see what you've written for us today, shall we? Money should be spent on the creation of new public buildings rather than renovating the existing ones. Okay. The public infrastructure needs to be preserved and improved regularly. In this case, the renovation of old buildings has equal importance to the construction of new structures. So let's talk a little bit about this introduction. Um, it feels to me that the whole introduction, the two sentences you wrote, are just your position and nothing else. And so that to me feels a little strange. What we typically do is we first rephrase the topic. So we explain that there's some sort of a debate, some sort of a controversy or some sort of discussion going on around this issue. Okay, so you could have started out with something like there is considerable debate regarding whether uh, old buildings should be renovated or um, destroyed to create new ones. In my opinion, public infrastructure needs to be preserved and improved regularly. Therefore, the renovation of old buildings, now this is strange. You wrote the renovation has equal importance to the construction of new structures. So what are you saying, that you're 50-50, that you think that we both need to construct new ones and renovate old ones? Because here you just said public infrastructure needs to be preserved. So I'm a little confused. So what you want to do in these essays where they ask you to what extent you agree or disagree is you want to have a clear perspective. It can be very tempting to be 50-50, but I'm going to advise you against it. It's better to be at least like, how can I say this? 60-40. Okay. Definitely steer your argument in one direction. So that's the first thing I'm going to suggest. And if you had written it the way I suggested, then you could say, in my opinion, um, when possible, the renovation of old buildings should be preferred to the construction of new ones. Okay, you could have said something like that, and that would have been clearer that, yeah, I think we should construct, but I think that renovating is better. Okay, let's keep going. On the one hand, creating new public buildings confers a variety of benefits. Firstly, it can attract tourists, which can revitalize the local economy. For instance, erecting a new museum or town hall might attract visitors from all around the world, leading to an increase in revenue for local businesses. Secondly, new facilities are likely to improve the general quality of life for local inhabitants. For example, a new cinema can have more spacious rooms, better placed sets of seats, and better technology, which will enhance the efficiency of government services. Okay. Finally, building new structures means creating new jobs for local people, thus reducing unemployment rates. Okay, I really like this paragraph. I like that you were very linear about it. So you said your idea, and then here's my example. Idea, here's my example. What I didn't love was this last one here. And I'll explain to you why. I didn't love this. You said building new structures means creating new jobs. Could you have said something about that? What do you mean? Are you saying that basically it creates jobs in construction? No, that's what you mean, right? But isn't that kind of temporary? And also, I'm going to argue something else. If you're renovating buildings, wouldn't that also create jobs? So I don't feel like this argument was adequately supported and developed. And I also find a big hole in it. Now, the fact that I find a big hole in it is not a huge problem since they're not really checking the quality of your ideas, but basically whether or not you actually support them. Okay, but I have to say, I did feel like this was undersupported and you should have said more. Let's keep going. However, it is equally important to restore old public buildings. On an economic level, it can economize money in the long run. What do you mean by economize? Renovating an existing structure costs much fewer resources. That's odd. It's an odd expression, costs fewer resources. Because you don't cost resources, you use fewer resources. Okay. So vocabulary here is this is a mistake. Renovating an existing structure uses much fewer resources compared to building a brand new one from scratch. From a cultural perspective, restoring an old building helps retain cultural heritage. In one instance, by renovating a museum, we can maintain its unique architecture and display of historical artifacts. From an environmental point of view, keeping and refining an old building does not require as many materials as building a new one. Ah, the fewer materials used, let's watch the grammar here. The fewer materials used, the less waste produced. So let me see. What I'm going to see if it would correct it if I did this. Let me see. This is what I'm suggesting, okay? Okay, so that's what I'm suggesting here to fix this. In conclusion, while constructing new public structures greatly benefits local industries and society as a whole, renovating the existing ones can yield economic, cultural, and environmental benefits. Therefore, I think the countries should spend as much money on the maintenance of public buildings as they do on the creation of new ones. Okay, fine. Like I said, I think this is great. I still think you should have been a little more in favor of one than the other. I thought your arguments for this were actually a lot stronger. So I think you could have said that. I think you could have said that while there are instances when new buildings should be constructed, countries should expend as much money as possible on the maintenance of older public buildings. Okay, so that's what I would recommend to you here. I think you did a lovely essay, Bobur. It's the structure is fantastic. It's really, really good. Like I said, my comments were about your introduction, that I wanted it to be a little smoother, a little bit more of a transition. First, kind of telling us what the topic is about, and then rephrasing. You're not rephrasing, so rephrasing it so you can tell us what the topic is about, and then giving us your position. That's how I'd like to see this done. But on the other, on the other areas, I think you did a very nice job. It's a good essay. I'd love to see more work from you. I'd love to see what you're writing on different topics. I'd love to see what you're doing on task one. So take a look at our essay correction package, see if that's something you're interested in doing so that we can continue to work together and give you feedback to help you improve and get to the score that you need, which I'm curious about. What score are you aiming for? That's some information that would be helpful too, so that I could continue to guide you towards that goal. All right, so thanks for sending this in. Looking forward to seeing more of your work. Best of luck to you.